Hey, comic book fans, my nerdy friends, and my geeky compadres, what's going on? It is Thursday, and I've read all my books already. So we're gonna do some lightning round reviews. Alright? Here we go. First we have Constantine, issue 11. I think this is the second to last Constantine issue in the Blight story. Which means it's the second to last Constantine issue I will be picking up. The story is good, like I've said. I like Blight, but I don't see this book going anywhere unless it's in another event, and I'm not about to pick up another event. I'm done with events. One other thing that really solidified me dropping this is the art inside is just, it bugs me. Like, there's just so much going on in each panel, and you can't focus on it, and it just doesn't work for me. Yeah, I'll be dropping this title once Blight is done. But the Blight story has been interesting. I've really enjoyed it, and in this, we kind of find out what's happened to Zatanna and the other members of the Justice League Dark, and John gets him and the rest of the new Justice League Dark kind of into some trouble, and we'll see where it goes from there, but still really interested in the Blight story, just not so much this book anymore. And then we have letter 44. I had questioned dropping this book not too long ago. I almost didn't pick up this issue, but the main parts of the book, like the political parts and the science fiction parts, just weren't gripping enough for me. Until this issue. This issue, both of those storylines really got me. Like, the new Secretary of State, I think, is who it just got hired in the book. Really interesting to see what happens with him. Very curious about him. I want to know more about him. And then what happened out in space in this issue, very interesting. Very curious to see what happens with that whole outer space stuff. I'm trying not to give spoilers. I mean, I gave one already with the Secretary of State, but really curious to see what happens on both sides of this story. Very, very good. Enjoyed it a lot. And we have Harbinger, issue 21. In this issue, we find Peter and the rest of the Renegades pretty much hanging out in their underground lair with their new hacktivist friend. They call him Axe. They're pretty much just... This is kind of a arresting issue. Like, there's nothing that really happens super important to the story. This is just kind of a break. But in this break, we have some very interesting things that happen. They throw a party because Axe joins the group, pretty much. And some, Torque and Charlene kind of start something, but he finishes it up a little too early. And she sends Faith in, and Faith and Torque, very interesting. But really, really good. I enjoy the hell out of this book. I don't think anybody else reads it, but I really like it. I can see me just sticking on this book for forever until it ends. But yeah, really, really good. I enjoy it. And we have Sherlock Holmes, Moriarty Lives, issue 2. Um, this book is kind of just like it's funny, because you have Moriarty, who is like, the nemesis of Sherlock Holmes, the bad guy, and in this new place he's gone to, he's helping the city like rid itself of this magical, well, he's not really magical, like this other scientific, like he's like the bad guy to the city, and Moriarty is trying to help the city rid themselves of this bad guy. But he does it in, it's really crazy, because he's a bad guy doing good things, but he's a bad guy doing something good by doing bad things. So it's pretty crazy. It's cool though. I really, really enjoy it, and these covers are awesome. I know the first one was a Francavilla cover. This was a Francavilla cover. I don't know if Francavilla is going to be doing all the covers, but I really, really hope so. But yeah, this book is just, it's fun. Not in a funny way, like not in a funny way like Superior Foes of Spider-Man or FF or anything like that, but just a fun kind of like a fun way to look at this character Moriarty. But I'm really enjoying it. I think this is supposed to be a mini series. I'd have to double check on it. But it's really, really good. Definitely worth a pickup. Then we have 10 grand issue 7. I'm having big issues with this book now. Like, I know the last issue I had kind of problems with, but at the end it like picked up and I was really interested. But now this one, it just, the whole thing I have issues with. I'm gonna end up dropping it. I'm not gonna pick it up. I'm gonna email my shop today and ask them to drop it off my pull for me. I don't know. It just, I've lost interest, and the whole like walk and talk with the angel thing just kind of like, it just, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. I didn't like it. I mean, towards, like, that's the thing with this book. Like, the whole book up until like 3 or 4 pages at the end is just boring to me, and then the last 3 pages is like something really interesting happens and really gets you to want to pick up the next issue. But this time, like, I'm just not falling for it this time. Like, it just didn't do enough for me. So yeah, I'm gonna end up dropping 10 grand. It's just, yep, not doing it for me. Then we have Walking Dead 121. I've been really happy with the All Out War story up until this point, and this issue just was nothing. Like that, I don't say that about this book. I'm overly happy that it's double shipping. I've been really, really enjoying the All Out War. I've been loving what Negan's doing. I've been loving what Rick's doing. But this one didn't feel like anything. Like, it just didn't do anything. From the point of the last issue up until here, absolutely nothing happened. And it's just like, I can only take so much of that. Like, I get, like, resting issues. I get that. But just, I don't know. It really didn't do it for me this week. I hope the next issue something happens, because this one just didn't do it for me. I know the last issue was like the action one of the month, because we went through the part where Negan like was blowing up the place where Rick was staying. I was gonna say city, but it's not really a city. It's not really a village or anything. It's just kind of where they stay. But something happened there. I get that. That was the action one, and usually it's like the action issue, and then there's the resting issue, and then there's the action. But it just feels like this one was way too much of a rest. Like there was absolutely nothing that happened except for one character, but we knew that was coming anyway. So I'm just like, I don't know. This one just really bugged me, I guess. And we have Manifest Destiny issue 4. I love this book. I cannot express my love for this book more than just saying I love it. Like, I really, really do. The alt history thing is, like I said, it's always been a passion of mine. I really, really enjoy it. I love, this is Sacagawea. We didn't know that until this issue, but this is Sacagawea, which was cool. Like, I didn't even think about it until until her name was mentioned. I should have, but I didn't even think about it. But really cool. The ending, like, I said it in my tweet about this issue. This book just has so much going for it. It has just like the horror aspect of it, the adventure aspect of it, and then there's like these little nuggets of comedy in there that just, like, this book just fires on all cylinders. There's nothing bad about this book. There's nothing, like, I can't say any bad thing about it. Like, I love the writing. I love the art. I love the coloring. I love the lettering. This book just has everything going for it. It is fantastic. Just amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Go pick it up. We have Deadpool 23. This cover bothers me. When I picked it up at the shop, I looked at it and I was like, yeah, it's just, nope. Anyway, this issue had a bunch of humor in it, and not like the silly, wacky Deadpool that comes out sometimes, and this was more... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the funny parts weren't even Deadpool. The funny parts were the other characters in the book. Those were the really funny parts. Deadpool was just pretty much looking for his money, which, I mean, is a very Deadpool thing. But he's just going about killing people, trying to get his money. But yeah, the funny part, like I said, the funny parts are all the other characters in this, which is great. I think that's what this book needs, as opposed to one-liners from Deadpool all the time. Additional characters with funny parts is great for this book. And of course, we're moving right along with the Agent Preston thing, and very curious to see what happens after that, because she's been such a big part of this story from... I'm trying to remember if she was in the first issue of Deadpool in the new volume. But for real, since the first arc, she's been a pretty big part. So I'm curious to see what they do with her. But not as good as the last story arc, in my opinion. But it's not nearly the worst story arc of Deadpool I've ever read. So, yeah, it's still pretty good. Then we have Superior Spider-Man issue 27 point now. Goblin Nation #1, whatever that means. We have, of course, the multiple stories going on. You know, Peter Parker running his own business now, and not really being present for it. So we have that going on, and I'm curious about the fallout of that. We have pretty much Green Goblin taking over everything, and Spider-Man not being aware of what's going on because this, this alteration to Spider-Man's technology, like his little Spidey bots that Green Goblin did in past issues. We have Peter Parker back in his mind, trying to figure out how to survive. With he makes it a point to say it a few times. Only 31 pieces of his memory. Jeez, sorry. There we go. With only 31 pieces of his memory to help him or whatever. One pretty humorous part was he sinks himself into Doc Ock's memory, and that was really funny. And then we have a certain meeting that goes on, which is very interesting. I don't want to say anything, but very interesting. Can't wait to get the next issue. Luckily, it'll come out in about half an hour. Superior Spider-Man kind of releases quickly, so that's a good thing, though. So, really good. I am actually very interested in a whole lot of stuff that's going on in this book. And I'll be very interested to see what happens when Amazing Spider-Man comes back out. Very cool. And last, but certainly not least, with as much praise as I gave Manifest Destiny, this is my pick of the week. X-Men Legacy issue 24, the last issue of the Legion story. There were tears shed about halfway through the book. It started. I sucked it up, kept reading, went on, and then at the end, all but broke down. I've been loving this title. And I'm going to be really sad to see it. Well, I am really sad that it ended. I've kind of grown attached to the Legion character. As you guys know, I've been spewing about this book since I picked it up, and was really psyched when I got that first appearance of Legion. From Jedi Honor Code winning his contest. And Legion's become a very, very near and dear character to me. So to see his story end it just sucks. Cy Spurrier did a great job writing this book. All the artists did fantastic work on this book. And it just sucks that it ended. Everybody has those books that they love. I know Nightwing's coming up to an end, and I know a lot of people are bummed about that. It's kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? This isn't the most popular X-Men book, but it's a book I loved. And it's really sad to see it and it's just a bummer. That's all. But definitely my favorite book of the week. More for the emotional, the emotional attachment I had to it. So, and the cover kind of says it all. Like his hair is being buzzed off. It's kind of a big thing. So, yeah, X-Men Legacy, issue 24, pick of the week, without a doubt. Fantastic. That's all my books for this week. I have my contest going still. I can't remember if I gave a date on the actual contest ending or not. I'm pretty sure I said the last weekend in February. What I meant to say was March 2nd. So you have until March 2nd to make sure I see the video. If you post one, let me know just to make sure I see it. I've had quite a few people already enter, and thank you very much to all you who have. It's been real fun seeing like everybody's comic areas. I would say comic room, but most people apparently don't have comic rooms. I don't either. It's just fun to see where everybody has their books and how they have their books. I think before the contest ends, I'll actually do an entry myself. Not that I'm putting my name in to win or anything like that, but I'm going to answer the questions myself, show you around my house, my comic areas, just to be a part of it, kind of. I'll have that up. I'm going to say probably the Saturday before it ends. I'm on vacation that whole week before, so I'll have probably quite a bit of content coming up that week. So there's that. I finished reading the 5th book of the Northlanders trades that I have. I shot a review video, and I'll have that up on Monday. As for this weekend, I'm busy working all weekend, so I won't have anything to put up, I don't think, unless I have a quick video to share. And I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. So I hope all you guys read all your books, and I hope you enjoyed them all. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you later. Have a good one.